Welcome. Tonight is a workshop, really more of an introduction because a lot of the work has already been done. I also have been working on training programs for RCI and where to find this stuff. But tonight is about getting your CRM launched. And so there's certain things that you're going to be seeing tonight through Patty. Patty's going to take the floor in a few minutes. And obviously we're recording this so you could review it later. But there is a series of training videos, which are tutorials. And we didn't make them long and long-winded and very complicated. They're actually a series of short videos so that you could go through things step by step and not get too hung up on a lot of the details, get caught up in the weeds. Obviously, if there's something that is throwing you off, I would suggest you just shoot me an email. A lot of times we could just answer it via email. I think without question, if you go through the videos before you formulate any questions, that you will be able to learn everything you need to learn to get set up. So why don't we get started? Tonight is about the CRM. I also will say this, the sales that we have made so far with pointslife, it's not a lot because we have been working in the background, but most of this stuff has been done without social media marketing. It's really been done through word of mouth. I want to encourage you, if you want to make fast money and not get hung up, the problem and the challenge always with technology, and I'm probably the biggest violator, we get in front of a computer screen and we'll stay in front of that screen for hours playing around and you don't make any money. So we have invested a lot of time so that you don't have to do that. And I suggest that you use the tools as a means to make money. Obviously, you're going to be learning over time how to generate leads online. That stuff takes a little bit of time. The difference between organic growth and ad spend is speed. For those that could afford to buy ad spend, we could certainly help you with that. We have a lot of experience in that because we don't want anybody wasting a penny. However, organically is when it takes time. You've got to do postings and you've got to follow up on the leads. And our CRM system does a lot of that for you. So once you get a few routines going, there's way more features than we need. We're only going to implement what we're going to use to make money. As we get more and more into this, we could certainly add courses and add things that will help you. So let's get started with onboarding. Patty, you have the floor.
Great. Hi, everybody. How are you? Finally, at long last, we're so excited. Really glad you're all here. As a reminder, I live in Arizona. You guys are in Florida. So like it works out well for me today. It's only 3:00 my time. So we're not going to be on here forever. Tonight, really what we want to do is just get you familiar that when you get logged in, just a few things to make sure that you get done before we actually set you free to start doing the training. And I want to show you where to find all that and make sure that I got all your questions answered. Okay. So Corey, did you get your login info? Can you just confirm that you did get another?
I did log in. Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's all. Okay. Don't touch anything. Everyone should have now just got your login info. You got 2 emails. One was, we need a credit card, but once you get in, it'll also remind you. And just as a reminder, in order for us to give you some credits for emailing and sending, we had to actually put your credit card in there and you're going to get a certain amount of credits. You probably won't go over much of that right away by any stretch because you're just getting started. However, eventually you might, and there will be some additional fees that will come into play in the event you use more than the credits that are in there. And so Fred and I will discuss how much activity you guys are doing, and then we'll talk more about additional credits if it becomes something that we might want to offer you. And so we'll talk about that. You bring in sales, we're not going to have a problem giving you more credits, but we need you guys to start getting some action using the tools. So the credits are related to emailing and texting. And because of all the new rules and all the new laws, we want to make sure that your mail gets into the inbox. And so that means not sending to bad email addresses. So there is going to be training in there about all this too. So we'll make sure that you're clear on how that works. All right, so I'm actually going to pull up Corey's account if you're okay with that. So I'm going to go ahead and share. Let's see, let's go ahead and get this up and then hit share screen. All right. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Okay.
Yep.
When you get logged in, this is what your account looks like. It's real easy. Now you're going to notice right here, it says fill in your custom values to activate your links. Well, how do you do that, Patty? If I don't know how to do that and none of my links work. Well, the reality is some of your links work and some of them don't. So this is really important because this is your command center to get you started, to get you going and making sure that you are, at a quick glance can get to stuff. If you look here, we have contact PLI help desk. You could email us and there'll be a form you'll fill out. And we'll try to get back to you as fast as we can anytime we see one of those come in. So training room in the PLI community. These links, everything over to the right, all of these are not active right now. And that's because these are going to be your personalized links that you'll be able to easily click on in case you just want to grab it and go and use it somewhere. Okay, so that's why they're here. But you have to put in some values that I will show you how to do in the training room when you get in there. Okay. So any questions on that? So like when you come in and you're going to click, it's not going to work right away, all these, until you do the training in the training room. Okay?
Pat, could I intercede for one
Yeah.
sec? Okay, folks, first of all, what you're looking at is basically the back office. To the left, which is that black field with all of the navigation that says Launchpad, Dashboard, etc., all the way down to PLI Business Management. That is actually navigational links that take you to features of this command center. What I had asked Patty to build is a quick links command center of the things that you will more probably use on a daily basis so that you don't have to hunt for things, figure things out. For someone like Patty and even myself, we're in this back office many hours and, drill down forever and you could get caught up in the weeds. So if I could just take a minute and explain the training room, even though it is not activated, what that is.
No, it is activated.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
If I could just explain what these are, the training room gives you access to where all the training is housed.
Right, I'm going to go in there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Those links are quick links so that you could gain access to things that you will use. So go ahead, Pat, if you're going to do that. I don't want to do it twice.
Yeah, no, it's these two yellow ones are active currently. It's everything on the right side that is not. And
when you join or you have someone join pointslife, our back office where the shopping cart is connected to the bank directly. The bank automatically sends them the sign up link for the e-wallet.
okay, all right.
Form, so that you can even pull it down.
Okay, so that being said, I want to just kind of give you a heads up on the training room and the community. And I'm going to let Fred talk about the community, but I'm going to talk about the training room. When you click on this, it's going to open up in another window. You will have to register one time. Once you get registered, you won't have to keep logging in. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to check out. It's free, it's included. Once you get in here, you've got an option to join the group, which is actually a community there, and then also to go to the course. So if you click on here, take the course. The only one I believe we put in here is your pointslife CRM onboarding. Eventually, we'll have more courses in here for you, okay? So right now, this is all you need because we just got to get you up and running in here. And so what you'll do is just go and click on it and you'll get right into your library. So like I said, there'll be other courses eventually. Once you're in here, it's so simple. All the courses are lined up. When you click on the first course, you'll watch the video and you'll mark it complete. And once you mark it complete, you know you've finished it. You can always come back to it. You can watch it over and over again, whatever it is you need to do. So as far as the training in here, it's really quick and let's get you set up. So here's what I'm going to offer up. I'm going to do an onboarding with all of you. But what I wanted you to do is get in and start your training. So we'll pick a date and a time this week that you guys can come in. But if you would please get in and at least get through the first lessons, getting your email and your phone set up. and everything else as far as the custom values and all that stuff. Get as far as you can in the lessons, and then write down your questions so that I can go through them with you on onboarding if you have any problems. You might not. I hope you don't. I tried to make them as dummied down as possible, and that's not you, it's just everybody in general. Make it easy. So just go through as much as you can. That's what this is for today. I just want to make sure you get somewhat started, because I can't expect you to go back and forth watching me and doing it with 5 or 6 of us on here. So I'd rather have you get started and then write your questions down. Okay. Like I said, the worst part's going to be really probably getting that phone number and your email set up, because of all the rules and the laws and all that fun stuff that's going to happen. And if you're just not sure what I'm talking about in the video, then simply hold off, and then I'll try to explain it to you when we do our onboarding. I'm going to do it in a group session so that we can help you all at once and we can all learn from each other that way. Any questions on this so far?
Yeah. Could I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. It really is not so much a question as much as it is letting everybody know that what Patty has done is really, really good, because they're maybe 3 or 4 minute tutorials.
And some of them are a little longer than that.
I'm not going to go through them. I think there's up to 14, but if you just look at the first 4, if you can go back, Pat, it's like setting up your CRM, how to connect your funnels, setting up your email domain, all about your email and texting credits, choosing and verifying your phone number, etc. So these are individual topics that are very short, sweet, and concise and instructive. And it's so that it could get you through the onboarding process. The good news is that you only need to do this one time, which is what Patty's done, is isolated the onboarding from everything else. And it's my turn. I'm going to talk to you about the communities.
Inevitably, there'll be some challenges. It just happens. So, yeah, Susan.
Did you create a business email for us with Point Life already,
So
or no?
we did. And then, we did. And then new laws and regulations came into place since that time. And if you want your email to get delivered, it's not going to work. So you're going to have to get your own email. And I go through it in this lesson down here about your email and setting up your sending domain.
Okay.
So unfortunately, it was a great idea initially, but you'll hear me talk about why.
Hey, Pat, wouldn't you recommend like they get theirname.com, fredlanosa.com?
Yeah, so there is in this lesson right here, I'm going to tell you where you can go and get a free one. I actually give you a video on how to set it up. If you need to get your own sending domain, because of the regulations. And I'll go through it in this training. And this one's a little longer, but if you just follow my instructions. So the bottom line is new rules and regulations state they're trying to prevent people from spamming the Gmails, Yahoos, all those companies. And so they're requiring that people go out and get their own domain-based email address. Okay. And that means, like fred@pliworldwide.com. So we tried to add that for you, but then because of that, you don't have an email that's like that. You need to actually have your own domain. So if it can be one, and you don't have one already, then you can create one off of your existing website domain if you've got a website domain. Like some of us are real estate agents already and already have domains. You could use that if you wanted. It's totally up to you. But I give you a way to go do it and get one for free, but you got to keep in mind, if you do it for free, eventually you'll have to pay if you have a lot of emails going through there. Right now, it's just getting it set up.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that most of you had already purchased some sort of domain for some business you've been in, and try to use that if you can, but you still have to set up an actual domain-based email. So even if you've got a domain, that doesn't mean you have an email based around it. So I went and bought a domain at GoDaddy, and I've had it for 100 years. And then I went to Google and used their workspace, or whatever they call it, in Google Business, basically workspace. Let me look it up real quick in case you want to view Google. I think workspace is probably the best place, only because many of us use our emails through Gmail, and then everything will come into your personal Gmail account. But if you use Zoho, you can always forward email into your Gmail or wherever else you've got email. So it's totally up to you. If you need help with that, we certainly can help you. But I just didn't want to go into too much weeds with this because I didn't know
Okay.
you guys had set up already. But you'll hear me explain it because on top of that, you're going to have to create a sending domain inside of here based on that email that you have. And so I talk about it in here. I just want to make sure you understand. This is the worst part about the whole thing. It's not you, it's every single sending service is going through the same exact pain. And same thing with the phone numbers. So you'll hear the lessons I have in there to get your phone number set up so you can use our texting templates in here and be able to text the system. Okay?
Okay.
Again, we'll be here to help you if you have any issues. So yeah, everything to get yourself set up and running. So that's why I wanted to show you this because I think it's important you know you go here to get started, and then I'll talk to Fred to coordinate a date that's going to work for all of you. If you think you can get to all this before the end of the week, then ideally, and you don't have to go through every lesson if you don't want to, just the initial setup, your phone and email, I think is the most important thing. But the more questions you have for me when we do the onboarding, the more I can help clarify stuff if you have any questions.
Patty,
Okay.
I have a quick question, Patty. So I own the domain firesalevacations.com.
Love
so
it.
I can use that as an email if I do a Google Workspace?
Yes, you can. Yes, as long as you own the domain, yes, you can go and do that. Like I said, I've got like 17 email addresses for various different things, and I've done it all through Google. So it won't be that big of a deal. Yeah, but it's important, you know, it is, because what it's going to do, first and foremost, is get more of your mail delivered. I had somebody currently in my system who I'm set up as a subscriber of hers, and I'm getting her emails, and I just went into my spam account just to see what was going on in there. Every one of her emails was in there. And I went back to her account to see why. It's because her email sending was at Gmail. Because you figure people can go and buy a free Gmail address and start spamming the world. They're trying to prevent that. So,
yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah. So they want you to put money into it instead of trying to go do it for free. These people from Nigeria or wherever, you know what I mean? Just watched this whole thing yesterday about that on the date. Did you see that? It's the dating websites. Oh my God. They're scamming these poor people.
I think my next girlfriend's going to be from Nigeria. No, I'm just kidding.
Serious? All right. So anyway, so we want you to start there in the training room right there. I'm going to let Fred talk about the community right now, and then we'll come back to a little bit of what's going on here. And then we'll let you guys ask any other questions you have. I don't want to do too much training tonight. I just wanted to show you where to go to get started.
Okay, I want to take over the screen if I could, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So this is, if you look in the upper left corner, this is part of my dashboard, although I have an admin which allows me to build things in it. But one of the things that we created are two communities for the company. So if I were to go to memberships, you don't have to do it. You're going to go in right from the front. There's two groups. One is called pre-launch. When you go into pre-launch is a community that people are going to go into immediately. That's where we'll send you. So you would go in here, and pre-launch has up at the top where we could discuss things. These are posts just like a forum. So when I post things, like I posted this, welcome, I'm Fred of pointslife. Thanks for placing your trust in me and our organization. Now it's time to get out there and build something great together. So like messages, news you could use, training information, et cetera, et cetera. These are posts. We could also, in these communities, we set up topics of interest. Like we have a course called Quick Start going in here. Patty has already created systems setup. We also have a course called RCI Points Explained. This is all in your back office, by the way.
Yes.
So what I did build is a course called RCI Product and Content Training. Now, I did not do it like according to Fred Lenosa. I went directly to RCI. I had contacted RCI and I said, do you guys have professionally done short videos that would explain the features of RCI? Because, you know, they had the resources and they said, yeah, we got plenty of them. So I went in and I got what I think you need in the beginning. So there's an overview of RCI. These videos are only 1 to 2 minutes. So there's two parts to this and this training. Number one, part one is it's RCI explainer videos that provide a short and concise explanation of the features of RCI.com, which is the portal, and the RCI membership. So a lot of that stuff is parked here. The second part is a collection of preloaded video reels that you could use for content to post on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. These are corporately approved content videos. And so I believe there is 12 or 13 training videos, 10. So anything from, you know, how does the points membership work? How does the Exchange Plus program work? What about all-inclusive family vacations, bonus weeks, and redeeming resort vacation certificates, hotels and points, membership perks? Then I go into the posts. There's posts in here, and actually there's a lot more than what is here. There is actually 15 RCI approved posts that you could use. So if you were to do one post every 3 days on social media, we have enough content already uploaded into your back office for 45 days, and you'd never have to write a damn thing. So all of this stuff is already loaded here already. So just to give you an example, I posted this today. Are you looking at this? Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, this was posted today. Can you hear this?
Honey, when did we get a pool?
Here, Linda,
Can you hear that?
you can hear you, Linda.
Okay.
I think it's Linda.
Morning, sir. Coffee or tea? And the pineapple's fresh cut. Don't mind if I do.
Can't hear it very well, Fred. It's just sound, just mumbly sound, but we get the idea.
Anything else?
So that's actually funny, but I posted this online today. So you can get, there's two ways to grab this post. If you were to make this large, you could copy it here. And I also put it here under the files. So you could actually download this file into your computer if you want. All right. So each of these, I think there's 14, no, let me see, 15 posts. Hard Rock Hotels, Orlando.
Wow.
All-inclusive videos.
This is unbelievable content, Fred. This is
Yeah, there's really
45 days of posts.
Yeah, it's already in there. So, and again, I'm going to be conferring with RCI because they have a big archive library, so I could go in there and handpick things. They also have things like holidays where you can grab, and these are short little vignettes. They're like 1 minute, 45-second little quickies, and you have access to this into the communities. So what am I saying? This here is product knowledge, the RCI product training series. You start the course and it's set up very similar to how they're all set up. So they're done according to either lessons or videos, and everything will be parked there, and it's parked there forever. The good news is when you sponsor someone, if you get into building teams a little later, this stuff is here for them. And you don't need to really train anybody. You only need to guide them and say, listen, go in your back office, go into the pre-launch community. There's only two communities. There is pre-launch, and the other one is the Success Network. This, again, is the back office. The Points Life Success Group is a different one altogether. You cannot get into the Success Group unless you complete the training in the first pre-launch. Otherwise, you will be overwhelmed with the amount of things that is available to you. And I want to prevent that. So pre-launch is where everybody starts. You start there, and we really have what is called a quick start program, which is peer-to-peer marketing, how to use the webinars, and how to use video links to send and email people so that you could start making money right away. Then, of course, you have Patty's onboarding training, which is going to totally set up your CRM, your sales funnels, your websites, so that you can become masterful at online marketing. So again, you have pre-launch, which is a community. Why a community? Think of Facebook. Facebook congregates people according to community. We call them special interest groups. And that's how you will be marketing later on. Well, we know that everybody is new at least once. So as we begin to build up a little bit of momentum, and we're loading 10, 15, 20 people a week into this, we can't take the time to come out because we're too busy presenting and marketing. We're too busy doing that stuff. So you have to have a duplicatable way where everybody gets the same information and it's consistent and it's also corporately approved. Thus, I built two different communities. Pre-launch for new people, and the success group is for people that have already gone through the pre-launch. So that's it. Patty, you can take it back from there.
Okay, awesome. You just have to confirm that everybody got that because I'm not sure I saw it, but
What is that?
what was the name of the one you just put together with the RCI stuff in it?
It's called here, RCI series, explainer videos and great posts.
RCIC. Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, right now I see one member. So
Here is explaining.
we'll
Yeah,
just
I
have
just
to make
uploaded that.
we just got to make sure everyone's got access to it when they go to their community. That's all. It's just so if you go there and you don't see it, but you don't need it at this very second anyway, because we want to change it so it up in your CRM. We need all right, you guys. All right, now I'm going to go back to Corey's and let's go. I just wanted to show a couple things. Now, I did show this previous, but I do want to show it to you again. Part of the training you're going to get taken to is the new websites that we built for you. So I did want to show you right here at the website tab. If you go to the sites and go up to your websites, you can go over here, and when you're inside of this, we did already you already have domains that we added for PLI. But if you want to use your own, Corey, or anybody else, all you got to do is add your domain. I did not give you training on how to do that in here. If you want help with it, I can help you. But if you go down over here, Corey, and go to your settings on the back end, I'll show you in a minute. But right inside of here, these are all the pages that are pre-built for your site. So if I click on this right now and I go to a preview link and you look up at the top, Corey does have a PLI worldwide domain here, right? And we talked about you putting your image and all that on here. I don't know why. You should have had a spot here to put your image in. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, there it is. It just took a minute to load. Remember, we're using Susan as an example. If you
go site.
Yeah, you look great. You look great, Corey. If you don't have this image or you want to put something else in, you can, but we've given you instructions on how to replace this when you get it. So you do want to get in here and do that. Okay. But if you want to change a domain, I'll show you where to do it. But what I wanted to show you here was down here at the bottom, you have a mobile quick link command and you have a dashboard. This is the dashboard that's actually getting edited when you don't have to worry about doing anything with it, by the way, because when you put in the custom values, it will load all the buttons up with your different pages. So you don't have to worry about that. This one, on the other hand, if you want to take this and put it onto your phone, you can have it handy on your phone. So we just created a little smaller version. Not everything is on this like the other one, but this one basically is, I'm on the road. Somebody said, hey, I want my book, whatever. After you get your custom values, these will all be active with your pages, and you'll just be able to pull them up if you want to, and you can share them with people. So just want to let you know, if you were to take this, you can see this is a URL. What I would do is email it to myself, right? And then you could pull it up. If you want to add it to your account now, just email it to yourself, and then you can pull it up on your phone and then save it as a bookmark. Do you know how to bookmark things on your homepage on your phone? Okay, well, we'll go through training on how to do that, but that's what this one is for. So eventually you can add that to your phone so you have it handy while you're roaming around. That was all I wanted to be sure you knew about. If you wanted to, Corey, I don't have the training on this, but it's not that hard. If you go down to settings and go to your scroll down to domains right here. I could even get you started just to show you, but I don't have access. You have to be logged into your domain service provider, which did you say it was GoDaddy? Can't remember. Corey.
Namecheap.
Namecheap. Okay. So yeah, there'll be some, I could send you a video that I did for my own people and you can use that if you want to add it because there'll be some steps involved because I don't think Namecheap's going to automatically add it. It's possible it might, but you're basically going to come here and go add. And what is the domain again?
Firesalevacations.com.
I'm just going to see. It's going to attempt to add in the records that you need and see what happens. I'm just curious. But you are going to have to do this. So you see right here, there's 2 records that need to get added to your DNS. So I don't have training in here, but I can send you a video on how to do this. So
I know how to do that.
okay.
Yeah.
It's 2 records. That's it.
Yeah.
So then you add these and then click verify. So that's it. So if you want to try to work on that between now and the time we do our onboarding, and if you have any issues, there's also a little video here, kind of walks you through it too, in case you don't know what you're doing. But you have to be logged into your domain provider, which obviously we don't have access to.
Right.
Everything else that you need to know is in the training for the most part. And if you have any questions at all, for right now, you can just send an email to Fred right now. Send it to info@ PLI Worldwide. That way everything's going into Fred's CRM too, so we can track it over there. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to do tonight. I don't know about anything else. If you start your training, that'll be enough. You guys don't need more right now.
Thank you, Patty. Does anybody have any questions on what we've covered tonight? I mean, I blocked out till 8 o'clock. We certainly don't need to be on here till 8 o'clock. The main thing, I guess, as we wrap this up, the main thing is that you have to get your platform set up with your private domain. Patty has created a series of step-by-step videos that will walk you through each of those. That command link center, if I could recap, is a real simple way for you to get the things that are important without you having to go through all the navigation and all this stuff. I want access to my PLI community. You click that. I want to get the link for the live webinar. You click that. I want the link for the webinar for the points. That one's for the business. That's what will get you in there. So, for example, she's clicking it. See,
I just remembered that these 2 are actually the links going straight to the webinars for the live webinar sign up. So it's actually these.
So these actually, this is where I'll book.
These are going to lead capture. These are landing pages right here that are the lead capture pages for you. And then this one is just join my PLI site, which is when you get to the point where hopefully somebody wants to join. And this is your marketing site that I just showed you. But I'll show you, you're not going to come into this and edit this because when you add in your fields that I've given you, and I think I went through this at a previous training we did. If you go to your custom values back here, you'll see that that's the training I'm talking about, is getting in and adding your custom values here. Because once you fill all these values out, they'll load into all the links everywhere throughout every drip campaign, every template. It'll just do it automatically. So you'll just be putting these values in.
Pat,
So I'll walk you through exactly how to do that in the training.
Pat, go to the sales funnels for a second.
Okay.
I just want to explain obviously you guys you now have access, but
Actually, I'm gonna go to my account now because this one mine should have all this stuff in it. So give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's already pre-built.
What's your time frame from those to be available?
They're already available.
They already are. They're
They're
built.
ready. They're ready. See,
I mean, all the ones you said it's not interesting.
Once you add your value, once you add your custom values in here, you click from here, right? So this is the recorded business webinar. So if somebody says, "Oh, I don't want to go to a live one. I just want to go to see it," right? Once you do it, your landing page will be in here. And when you click on it, it's just going to pop up. And this is, you aren't just going to ever send anybody straight to the video. You want them to sign up. So
Right.
that's what you're getting, are these links to be able to do that. Now, if I go here, watch the webinar now, it'll automatically, Patty testing, right? I'll just put in Patty testing at email.com. I am putting the country in now because I just don't know. You might be bringing in people from other countries, which might not be a bad idea. And then we're trying to get them to give you phone numbers. So that's an option. And then you just click on submit. And then it just redirects straight over to the webinar. And they can watch it. And here, once you put your calendar in the location in the fields, it'll automatically load, take people over there. If they want to sign up, they can schedule to either, you can put a calendar in or you can use this one. I actually have that. I don't have my calendar hooked up to this, but it will go to a calendar if you put everything in. But there's also a contact page there. You'll notice that it's going to, if they just want to fill a form out and schedule something with you that way. So now when I go out to my contacts, this is all happening inside the account, right? When I go out to my contacts, you'll see I just did this right here. And it'll take a second for it to realize, but it'll automatically add them into the right flows and everything. So it will know when it'll start sending stuff. It's just going to take a second or two for it to kick in. So
can I explain what's happening? What Patty just did was she just showed you how to give someone access to the pre-recorded video. And we have a landing page pre-built. So you never just tell someone, go here. What you do is you send them the link so that they could sign up so that you could capture the lead. Well, Patty just demoed that right in front of you inadvertently. And
no,
this,
I knew what I was doing.
no, you were, but they didn't. And so go back.
You know what it was? We're waiting for the link for my 8,000 emails. That's the link I'm looking for, I think.
Yeah.
Pat, what happened here?
I hit refresh, but every time I'm on Zoom, it's slow. So I was just trying to refresh the page.
So what was happening is that when she just demoed that in front of you, that lead was automatically put into her contacts and it created a contact sheet. And if you click down to opportunities here, click that one. This is how you would curate the lead, meaning process the lead. So that person would be pushed here.
Well, not initially. We are only going to put him here after they show some interest. So that's
right.
what I talk about.
And that's what turns them from a lead into an opportunity.
Right.
And then really what this is, it's the curating or incubation process to take them through the sales process right to the sale. And these are steps in the sale. So Patty could actually grab it. Picture these being index cards. Patty could take that name and keep sliding it over so that when you come back the next day, you could see where they are in the process. And then it prioritizes automatically what you should be working on each day according to where they are in the sales process. So this is something that's going to keep you on top of literally hundreds of leads without you pulling your hair out. And the whole idea is that the automation is going to give them the information they need. You're going to be able to see the effectiveness of your marketing through reporting, which is something we didn't even go into yet, which we're not going to do tonight. But the main thing, right where we're at right now, we want to generate business. So you want to get out there, start talking to people, start emailing people, sending them to your website, sending them to your webinars, and sending them links so that we could get your contacts full of contacts, full of people. So go ahead, Pat. I just wanted to point that out.
Well, yeah, and then like this dashboard, this one's up farther on your pages. I put it up here. It's underneath here. But you'll be able to see all the activity going on with where's everybody at, right, in the funnel. So then you can kind of click on it and see, okay, great, they're right here, or they're right here, or wherever they're at. These are all tests, obviously.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, exciting.
yeah, the goal is not to have you don't want to lose track of your people. And with everything else going out, they won't lose track of you, hopefully, right? So that's the whole goal, is you're going to be watching for people that are opening and clicking and that kind of stuff. And eventually we'll give you more stuff to put on your dashboard to track Right now, it's not all there because there's no activity yet, but we'll give you other stuff that you can put on your dashboard, and we'll probably just share it with you because we now can share our dashboards. But once we build up some more searches that are going to be helpful to you and those kind of things that you can track, because your goal is to be able to just come in here and just at a quick glance go, oh yeah, I need to work with that person, because whatever. I need to make a call to them or whatever. Well, I'll do a whole lesson on managing your database. I do have a lesson in there, but I'm really just more of, I talked about the opportunities and that. So you get a handle on how to manage it and how to tag and how to search your people. So if you need to, or if you want to send out, I did just, by the way, Fred, just yesterday or 2 days ago, I created that one video. It's called Sending in Bulk, and it needs a picture on it. So when you get a minute, you can add it to that. But so anyway, yeah, I'll go through all of that you'll be able to see everything and how it works. So.
And I know for some people, trying to explain technology is trying to explain math to people, and some people are good at it and some people just go cross-eyed. I'm one of those people that lose it quickly when it comes to technology. I like the result, not the process so much. But don't get upset. I mean, if you're a little bit stumbled, we're going to help you.
It's not unusual, especially if you haven't done this before, right?
Patty was managing over 200 people at the same time. So she's pretty darn good at it, and she simplified it. And it's also simplified for your people too. I want you to realize that the systems are being built to scale, meaning that you could build a substantial network under your own ID number, which is the objective. And I want you to know that this platform has in excess of 65,000 users. So we know this platform works really well. And so we picked and chose modules that we thought would be germane to the timeshare business. Yeah. And that's how we ended up creating Points Live. So this is a series of modules that had to be snapped together. But rest assured, it works. I mean, we're not worried about it. It does work. That's why we ended up going with this system. Mm-hmm. So now tomorrow night, I'm going to talk about going front to back, how to present this package going from the front to the back. So that once you generate a lead and you get them to book an appointment or get right into it, because as you can see, I mean, it's hard enough just getting your calendar full, but you need to know what to do once you reach the people. Yeah. I will tell you this too, and it's unbelievably powerful. This system is driven by AI. Now, I don't know if you're aware of AI, and I'm not going to go into a big, long speech about it, but AI is the automation of automation. And so you're going to be able to create campaigns in seconds. You're going to be able to create graphics in seconds. Your system is going to be able to call your lead for you in a real voice, also in a chat box. This is already in here. And so we have to build out what they call the artificial intelligence. Patty's already been playing with this. And basically what it is, if I could give you the simplistic version of it, is the word on the street is that AI is going to impact business in a much bigger way than the internet impact business. So AI is like the latest thing. It's the automation of automation. What took 2 years or 10 years to develop will take 10 months. And so this is like what's happening. We had to be very cognizant of the fact that the platform that we were building on was AI driven. And so we know it is, which means that AI is going to be available to you guys too, which is artificial intelligence. Basically, it's going to be three things. One, your lead generation will be developed by AI. Your appointment setting, you'll have an AI appointment setter that'll fill your calendars. They will call your people back, answer all their questions, do a pre-qualification, and ask them to book an appointment with you. After they say they want to book the appointment, they will actually put them on your calendar and you will be alerted, and the next day you will wake up to appointments. That's what AI is. So AI is the automation of automation. It is by far not cutting edge, bleeding edge. bleeding edge. And so this is all of that and then some. The hard part is making it simplified so that all you got to do is three things: develop
Right.
leads, make appointments, and make sales. The first two things will be done with you using AI. That's like me going to RCI and saying, I need content. I was able to ascertain 45 days worth of content in minutes and upload it into the system. And now you got work to do. You got to get that out there to the public. And then that will generate. And once it's out there, the beauty of social media marketing is once that you post this stuff. And Patty, one of the things that we do, I didn't talk to you about this, but one of the things we need to do is to show them how to set up the 4 or 5 platforms so that with one post, the social media calendar.
Oh yeah, that's our advanced, next step training.
That will be,
We're not going there today. By the way, Fred, we just rolled out new tools to share the social media postings. So
no,
we
that's
can
awesome.
create those posts now for them and share them, I think. So it just rolled out like today. So I'll explore that. And then that way, all that stuff that you guys saw in that Fred showed you the videos and all that, we can create the posts for you and share them in your account so that all you got to do is click post. So you don't even have to create the post if you don't want to.
Yeah, what's really amazing is the amount of work it takes away from you once you learn how to do a few things. And this platform will allow you to do that stuff easily. And it's just, you'll get very used to it after a while. In the beginning, everything is new. And so, it's frustrating, especially if you're not that, computer savvy. And most people aren't, by the way. They all had to do their first email. They all had to do their first presentation. They all had to do their first appointment. Everybody had to do their first sale. Everybody got paid their first commission. Everybody started new. So give yourself a break. Step back. You're in this for the long haul. You're building your own online e-commerce points business. And this is all of the back office so that you can control this thing where you could make $1 million as a one-man company. That's what this does. And it empowers you to do that. I am beyond excited about AI. It's blowing me away every day. The more I play with it, the more blown away I get with it. So more to come on that. Let's get your system set up. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about going front to back. What do you do when you get the person on the phone? What slides do I use? What should I say? How do I present the actual package and ask them for the money? You guys know you've gone front to back for almost 10 years. There was only 3 or 4 of us that did it. And so I'm going to show you a condensed version of that so that you don't have to be self-reliant on someone else. Because as you know, if you use the TO at Marriott and that TO was tied up for 10 or 15 minutes, you were not talking to the same person that was ready to go. When you had them ready to actually hear what the financial incentives were, what the discounts were, what the bonuses were, and you said, hey, hold on to your seat. I'm going to go get our financial guy. And then you go back there and he's tied up on another table for 25 minutes. You're sitting there busting because your people deflate. They come out of the ether, and now you got to start all over again. Well, you could imagine the effect that would have online if you had to wait for me to the next day. So we can't afford people to wait. You have got to know how to close the deal. So it's not hard. This is much easier than what we're used to because it's a lot less money. We have a lot more tricks up our sleeve. There's a lot more incentives. There's discounts you could use. And, the biggest objection is the maintenance fee, which we don't have. So the main thing is you want to get in front of people every day, at least 1 or 2 a day, so that we could start tracking your closing ratios. Heck, if you're closing 1 deal a week, that's $1,800 a week, $2,000 a week. You get real good at this. That's why I want to use automation to fill your calendars. You just have to know how to post content, basically. And what we talked to Patty about was when she said, yeah, that's easy. You could post one thing and it'll go to 5 platforms. It'll go like to TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. In one click, it'll go to all 5. If you do 3 posts per week, that's 15 posts a week. 15 times 4 is 60 ads you're running in 1 week, in 1 month. You could see how that would generate. And those ads don't come down, they stay up forever. So that's the beauty of social media. It doesn't have a shelf life. What you put up there stays up there, and that thing could generate a lead forever. You're basically, what you're building is virtual salespeople, is what. So it's a very, very different way to market, and it is the way to market because it virtually doesn't cost you anything unless you want to do it faster. If you want to create speed in your advertising and create leads quicker than organically, you just do ad spend. You could spend $10 a day, $12 a day, $15 a day, and it'll generate leads daily. You don't have to wait for someone to land on your site. So anyway, more on that in advanced training. I promise you, I am going to cover all of that kind of marketing in simple modules that you will be able to go back to and look at it over and over and over again. So that's what we do during the day. I write content, I record it, and I upload it into your training platform, which you now have access to. All of this training will be available to you in the communities, So that's why you need to go into one community, finish that training, post things, those, if you have a question about a topic, hey, Fred, I'm running into a real problem. Patty, I'm running into a problem with this, or whatever the case may be. You could post on there and we get alerted, we can answer to the benefit of everybody in that forum. So we could create topics of discussion. And then once you get into the success group, then you're no longer a beginner. That's when we go into advanced training. That's when we go into, into the 5 platforms, into the marketing, into content building, creating hooks, creating calls to action. How do you use AI? That's the advanced stuff. So that's what you have to look forward to. That's what we all have to look forward to. This is going to be one hell of a ride. I'm beyond excited.
Yeah.
We're ready. Listen, we're ready right now to talk to people. If I could encourage you, and Melissa, you're all so good at talking to people. Just talk to people. Just say, listen, you have got to see this. You've got to. If you just do that, let me send you a link. Look at this thing. I got a book for you. That's all you need to do. The product will sell itself. We'll give them an incredible incentive. If you talk to 1 or 2 or 3 people a week in your travels, that's 15, 20 people a month. I can guarantee you 1 or 2 of them are going to buy. All we got to do is get them in front of a pre-recorded, and then you call back. I'll help each of you individually with your first 10 deals. Personally, I will be in the deal with you on your first 10, and we'll record them. So you'll see what to do, what to say, how we close. Corey, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Corey, do you remember when we did that presentation with what was that gal who owned the inflatable company?
Janet Thompson.
Janet Thompson. Now, other than the fact that her air conditioner blew up that night after we were done, did she say she wanted to do it?
Yes, I've been following up with her.
Okay, so I'm letting everybody know. Did I do a full-blown presentation, or did I just use 2 or 3 slides?
2 or 3 slides.
That was it, folks. I'm telling you, that's what going front to back means. You might have 15 slides available to you, but doing a discovery to find out what is important to them, you then pick and choose what slides you need. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So we'll have the ingredients.
One mistake I made on that call is I didn't ask her to get off the couch and get her credit card so we could do it over the phone. That was the one mistake I made. I didn't say, Johnny, are we ready to get your credit card? We can do this over the phone right now. That's what I made a mistake. She was ready to go.
And it's not over yet. She liked it, and she says, yeah, and it was funny because when Corey saw me closing the deal, and Corey's in Naples, I'm here. And where was that person? That person wasn't near you, were they?
Port Charlotte.
They were in Port Charlotte. So, and, she was a sharp gal. She was sitting on the couch. She was giving me a pushback while we were talking. Her husband was all in. He was all in. Like from the minute I started talking, he just said, "Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it." And then she started to fold her arms and she started to give me a pushback, and that's when I knew we had a deal. That's when I knew we had a deal. So, at the end, when it came down to the nitty gritty, I said, my big close. You want to hear my big close when I'm done? All I say is, "Are we good?" That's all I say. When you're done, all I say is, "Are we good?" And they look at each other and they go, "Yeah, I guess we're good." I said, "Great." And then you have a deal. It's that simple. And then you close. Tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of fun doing this. 6 o'clock, we're going to have fun doing this. I'm going to show you how to present this thing conversationally, not a PowerPoint. You could use PowerPoint for reference, but you're going to be talking to people belly to belly, personal. People don't want to be pitched. They just want to know the bottom line. And so you want to be able to convey this information, and you will actually structure the presentation predicated on the discovery. And I'm going to tell you what to ask and how to file things and how to use timing, how to use certain strategies, how to know which way to close the deal. That's going to be tomorrow, 6 o'clock. I'll block out from 6 to 8. Bring a notebook. You take notes, ask questions. It's informal. Roll up your sleeves. We're going to role play. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be loaded for bear when you're done. And by the way, I want you all to be able to pitch me. I said this to you a few months back. Only a couple of you have done it, but I actually want to hear how you're going to present it so that I could become tough. I want to become tough on you and toughen you up a little bit so that you know what to do. And for those that worked at Marriott, it's like riding a bike. You guys already kind of know the score. You just got to sharpen your axe again. So that is tomorrow night. Does anybody have any questions on anything?
Can't believe you put me at such a big disadvantage tomorrow night.
Why?
I don't know how to sell.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Corey's a great salesman. This is unbelievable. We'll go over that technique called "Are You In?" Remember that? Are you in?
Yeah.
That's another technique that works really well. I'm going to show you an email strategy tomorrow night. And the main thing is we're going to show you how to present this thing using Zoom. All of you need to be able to set up a Zoom call with me and present it so that we could go front to back and then stumble through it. And we could talk about it. We'll rip it down. And but you're all amazing. I mean, you're all great. It's just you need to just get in front of people. That's all. Really, that's all you need to do, just get in front of people. That's the missing ingredient here. Thank you. It's been a treat. Thank you, Patty, for all you do.
Okay, good luck with your
Right.
training.